All right, folks, what is going on? This is episode 56 of the VF Cast. I am VF Baller. Over here, we talk about gaming and everything under that umbrella. And today, I got a few things I want to discuss. I want to talk about NBA 2K23, my first impressions of that game. Also want to talk about Ken and Street Fighter 6. That's finally going to be a thing. You know, it was just revealed that he's going to be in the game. I'll give you a little bit of background of Ken and what his whole story is, because a lot of people got that kind of mixed up and wrong. And I also want to talk about Bayonetta 3, because that game there is a game that I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for this game for a very long time. And I told everyone I will buy a Switch if this game is finally released. And it's one of the reasons why I don't have a Switch yet. But we'll talk about that when we get there. If this is your first time here, welcome. Like I said, this is the VF Cast. I talk about everything that's gaming related pretty much on this channel. My last video wasn't necessarily gaming related, but I appreciate everybody who came through to listen. You know, that was pretty cool to see so many people interacting, giving feedback and commentary. And that was pretty neat. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into what's going on here. The games that I'm actually excited for. There are three of them that, well, there's a few more that I'm excited for, but NBA 2K23, I recently purchased that, the Michael Jordan edition, and I've been having a blast with it. I haven't played too much into it as far as the modes or everything. I was just playing basically the basketball aspect, learning the controls, learning how to shoot, running some plays. I heard that a lot of the modes were pretty good, but I just been learning the game all over again. And with that being said, I ended up picking up the PS4 version, but with the Michael Jordan edition, it comes with a voucher for the PS5 version. So I have both games, and just look at this cover. I wanted the PS5 version, but I couldn't find it. I went to a couple of stores and tried to get it, and the PS5 version wasn't available. So the second store I went to, the PS4 version was available. And just like with the Madden 23 game, which I don't have Madden 23 yet, I need to go ahead and get it. But I want the game for the cover. I'm a huge Bulls and Michael Jordan fan, and to have this cover, I mean, I got it on the screen as well, but you look at this game, it looks phenomenal. I love this cover. This cover is just great. And it gives me the vibes of NBA 2K11. But playing the game just plays very smooth. I'm pretty sure there's some things in there that's going to rear its head eventually about, you know, the hindrance of the game and gameplay manipulation or whatever the case may be. But right now, I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm enjoying it. And I highly recommend you buying the game. I haven't played the PS4 version yet. I just downloaded the voucher for the PS5, and I've been playing the PS5 version. I may jump over to the PS4 version, and since I have the Michael Jordan edition, I have a lot of VC, so I may make a my player on the PS4 version and play the association or, you know, my GM or whatever it's called on the PlayStation 5. So that's how I'm basically going to do that, and I think it's going to be a pretty cool experience. The basketball season doesn't start until like the end of the month or sometime in October. I don't really follow the NBA season as like I used to, but I'm pretty sure it's like October. So this game came out extremely early. So mainly for people getting their my players on and they go and play the my player stuff and have a blast and all that other stuff. But I'm a traditionalist. I may get into the my player because I have the VC, but I want to play an association or my GM, or I want to play a full season with the team, and I'll probably end up playing with the Bulls. But I know there are going to be some roster updates until by the season starts, so I'm gonna probably wait till then, and that's how I'm gonna go. Until then, I'm just gonna continue to practice controls, you know, the post game, sky hooks, back downs, you know, shimmies and all this. I'm trying to learn all that stuff. Back steps, alley-oops to self, trying to get muscle memory on all of that so I'll know what to do when it's time to play, because like I said, I think the game is phenomenal, but it's nothing like trying to learn and master a game, and that's something that I want to do. I want to learn how to play this game completely, so once the season starts, I can just roll right along and move right into it. So that's basically what it is. 2K23, I highly recommend it. Very smooth gameplay. The visuals are phenomenal as well. But the main thing is, you know, it plays a good game of basketball. And for the most part, that's what you want. So my impressions, it's a thumbs up for me. I think you should pick it up. I haven't played the PS4 version, so I couldn't tell you, but the PS5 version is absolutely phenomenal. So I advise you to play that. So enough of that one, that game. Let's talk about the next game, Street Fighter 6, and I'm a huge Street Fighter fan. I'm a huge fighting game fan, and when Street Fighter 6 was announced and you saw Ryu, you saw Chun Li, you saw all the other players that's on there. I think Guile is another character. Luke, Jamie. I got it up here. Kimberly is one, and all these players that are on here. The other day it was released, and I got it on the screen. Well, Dhalsim, Blanca, Ken, and E Honda was announced. And when I saw Ken being announced, I was like, okay, this is what I've been waiting for. But the backstory of Ken was kind of weird because a lot of people thought the backstory was he was homeless. He left his wife and kids because he wanted to street fight too much. There was a divorce involved. Well, contrary to popular belief, that was not the case. According to the website StreetFighter.com, former U.S. national fighting champ and ex-VP of the Masters Foundation, accusations of orchestrating a criminal plot have forced Ken to abandon his family and business and go into hiding. So, I don't know about all the other stories. I'm pretty sure the other story is going to be pretty compelling when it comes to playing Street Fighter 6. But for me, I'm sitting here looking at Ken in general because Ken is my guy. I've been on playing with Ken since day one, since Street Fighter 1, basically. Yes, you can play with Ken in Street Fighter 1, but that's another story for another day. I really started jumping onto him and playing with him on Street Fighter 2, and the rest has been history. Even in the Versus series, the Alpha series, all that, I've been a big Ken fan. And for them to change Ken up and have him go through this, it's going to be really interesting to see what his story is like. Is he fighting now to redeem himself or clear his name? Is he a full bad guy now? Did he pull a Cody on us, like from Cody from Street Fighter? What is going on with his story? Now, if you've seen the trailer, the jacket he's wearing is like a construction site jacket and it has a company name on the back. So is he undercover or being in hiding by working at the construction site? It's so many questions that goes with this. But when you look at some of the things that he can do as far as gameplay, they got his gameplay on point. It looks like he's a kick first type of player now. Now we all know Ken was known for his fast feet. It's, the moves that he does, his super that he does. He's also had a more faster and aggressive hurricane kick. He's always been that type of player. So they look like they're just embracing it and having him go in as a type of player. It's kind of been like that since, I would say like the Alpha series or even in Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I mean, when you start to see the difference in the hurricane kicks between him and Ryu, it was, much more faster, much more aggressive. It was more hits. Where Ryu, I keep getting them mixed up. Well, Ryu was like more of like a one hit. If he hits you with the hurricane kick one time, you will fall. Ken will hit you multiple times. So it seems like that it's been carried on for a while, and they're really leaning into it on Street Fighter 6. It's going to be really interesting to see how that goes. Now, I'm not throwing any shade at the other guys that were mentioned, Dhalsim, Blanca, E Honda. I like those guys. I like them as well, but Ken has always been my favorite character, and I'm definitely going to be jumping into that. Now, I know there's some other places where there's some gameplay of the of Ken fighting. Probably going to check that out. I haven't watched it. I don't like watching none of this pre-release stuff because I like to be surprised with the games when the games are released. So I don't really like to look at gameplay or there's 20 minutes of gameplay here, 8 minutes of gameplay there, 5 minutes of gameplay here. Oh, there's a beta, you can test the game. And I'm not really into that stuff. I like to be surprised when I first get the game in its entirety and be blown away. Back in the day, that's how it used to be. It's like you had no choice. You look at some magazines and they tell you what's coming out, and then when the game dropped, you pick the game up, and then you were just surprised with all the stuff was in it. I try to relive that and try to keep that whole experience going. But Ken being in Street Fighter 6 he looks pretty cool. I like the way he looks, and I love some of his moves, and I'm really waiting to see what his backstory is going to be like because I really want to play with Ken and learn about his story a little bit more. And that's pretty much it for that. Cause I like Kid in Street Fighter 6, and it's something that I really want to get into. Last but not least, I want to talk about Bayonetta 3. Look, guys, I don't know if you've been following me for a long time, but even before then, I told myself I'm not buying a Nintendo Switch. I don't want a Nintendo Switch. And I said if I do get a Nintendo Switch, Bayonetta 3 is going to have to be released. And from what it is, I think it's October 28th or something like that. I can't remember when the game is coming out. Whenever it's coming out, I'm going to pick up a Switch. I may pick up one before then. I may get a Switch before then, but we'll when we get to that bridge, we'll try to cross it. I may end up getting. I'm definitely getting one for Bayonetta 3 because I'm a big fan of Bayonetta. I played the first one on PC. I have the second one on Wii U, and the third one is coming out. And I just like the first two I played and completed. I want to do that with the second one. I'm sorry, the third one, and I'm really going to get into this heavily because I don't too much care for Platinum Games. I'm not really into many of their games, but I am a huge fan of Bayonetta. I played the first one when it was on sale on PC, fell in love with it, been playing it ever since. Had to get the game on Wii U. I'm glad I got both on I got both games, Bayonetta 1 and 2 on Wii U, because it's like a bundle that I've got it in. So I do have a physical copy of those. And when Bayonetta 3 comes out on the Switch, I'm definitely going to be picking that up. I mean, one thing about her, Bayonetta Joe, it's over the top, flashy. It's a beautiful looking game. I love the combat using the two pistols and using the fighting mechanism that Bayonetta have. The sex appeal. All that stuff is just really cool looking in the game. I remember one time my wife was watching me play Bayonetta and she was looking like, oh, this is the type of game I will probably watch. And it's really cool, especially when you get like your significant other into video games. There are certain games that pulls them in. Like for my wife, is like stuff like Bayonetta, and then you also have like The Last of Us. Those two games she really will sit and watch all day. Also, Last of Us 2, she watched that as well. And there's a couple more that she'll watch, a couple first-person shooters. But with Bayonetta, it kind of caught her attention because, like, with the female character showing off, the way she shows off, it's really a pretty good, fascinating way to get people to watch and become a fan. Because, you don't see too many female protagonists in the game that shows off their sex appeal. Like, I know there's a few. I think Lara Croft comes to mind, but she's still more of the fighting masculine side, and there's some other ones like but Bayonetta just lets it hang all out from the get-go. And it's clean, classy. That's the way I like to say it. It's clean, but it's classy. And I enjoy every bit of it. I'm not one of these guys that I gotta see female characters in this way, but there's only a few that I look at like this. It's like Bayonetta, and you have Orchid from Killer Instinct. Like those two really, show off. And then there's some of the Dead or Alive and Dead or Alive characters. They do that as well. And there's a couple other women in fighting games do that as well. But as far as a protagonist in a game, Bayonetta is probably one of the ones at the top that really catches my eye and attention. So I'm really, really into the Bayonetta series. I can't wait till number 3 comes out. I will be their front line. I've made a promise to a lot of my gaming friends. I will buy a Switch for Bayonetta 3, and I'm not joking with that. Like the Switch itself is not my type of console because it's basically like a handheld, and I like the idea because Nintendo does very well with handhelds. But if there's a certain game on a system that I want to play, I'm going to get it. And honestly, I should have got a Switch for Metroid Prime, but that's another story for another day. I don't want to go into that right now, but yeah. Anyway, I want to be in a situation where I am going to have fun and be in a situation where I feel like I purchased something that's going to be worth my time. And I believe that playing Bayonetta 3 and having the entire experience is worth buying the Switch, because everything else, I'll get other games on the Switch on the back end, whatever games I may like, but Bayonetta 3 is the reason why I'm getting the Switch. And hopefully when I get it, I'll unbox it on the camera. You guys can see it. I found seeing like it's 5 years in the making, right? But it's a big deal to me because it's not my type of console, but to get one, I feel like it's gonna be pretty cool. So that's pretty much it for the VF cast. I didn't have much else to say. I thought this was going to be a little bit longer than usual with the 3 topics, but it is what it is. NBA 2K23 impressions was pretty cool. You know, I love the game. The game runs very well. Ken and Street Fighter 6, definitely going to be on that because I'm a big fan of Ken, and the game itself is looking really good right now. And Bayonetta 3. That's going to be coming out. I'm going to be playing that. Matter of fact, between now and then, I got about a month. I may want to jump on and relive Bayonetta 2 and complete that before 3 comes out. Well, no, I may do that. We'll look into that. All right, y'all. I want to get up out of here. Thank you guys if you made it this far. I hope you like, share, and subscribe. And I'll definitely see you on the next one. Thank you guys for all the viewership and the support. And you guys enjoy the rest of your week. All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy. Y'all be blessed. Peace.